Hello, my name is Tiffany Harkleroad, although most people call me Miss Tiffany, and I'm the Youth Services Librarian at the Butler Area Public Library. I'm here because we would like to announce an exciting new program that we are releasing for the library starting today. We chose today to start this program because we have themed it around apple trees and growing new readers the way we grow apple trees. So we thought that Earth Day was the perfect day to release this program. The name of the program is 1000 Books Before Kindergarten. The idea behind 1000 Books Before Kindergarten is pretty simple. The concept is you want to read 1000 books to your child by the time they begin kindergarten, just like the name implies. Why would you want to read 1000 books to your child before they begin kindergarten? Well, when you read to your child, you are helping them to develop bigger vocabularies, which is helpful by the time they enter school. And when you've read to them prior to beginning school, they end up being more successful in school. Children's brains develop at an amazing rate. 2 million new connections are created every second in a toddler's brain. And by reading to your child, you are helping to develop their brain. So, in order to do the very best you can to ensure your child's success in school, you're going to read to them as much as possible. That is the fundamental idea behind 1000 Books Before Kindergarten. Now, I know 1000 books sounds like a lot, but there are several different ways you can get there. First of all, if you read one bedtime story every night for 3 years, that's 1000 books. If you read 10 books a week for 2 years, that's 1000 books. If you read 20 books a week in a year, that is 1000 books. And the philosophy behind 1000 Books Before Kindergarten includes every reading of a book. So if your child likes to hear The Very Hungry Caterpillar 5 times a week, that counts as 5 books. When I read 2 storytime books during story time, that counts as 2 books. You can see it's pretty easy to get to 1000 books. Now, of course, this is meant to be a long-term program. Children can be enrolled in the program as soon as they're born up until any time before they start kindergarten. So you have years to complete this program. If your child is a little bit older and getting closer to that kindergarten age, still sign them up. Even if you're not going to get to that 1000th book before they start kindergarten, the benefits will be tremendous for your child. We are running our 1000 Books Before Kindergarten program all through Beanstack. This will be an ongoing program that you will see in the Beanstack app for a long time to come. So I want to show you a little bit of what it will look like inside of Beanstack. Now I'm using a computer to log into Beanstack through our website, butlerlibrary.beanstack.org. It will look a little bit different on a mobile device, but it will look pretty much the same and navigating it will be very similar. You will need a Beanstack account in order to enroll your child in the 1000 Books Before Kindergarten program. So you can make one main account for your household and add readers for everyone in your household. So if mom makes up the account, she can have her account as a reader as well as each child and any other adult in the household. You just want to select whatever reader you are going to register for the 1000 Books Before Kindergarten program and register them inside of Beanstack. Once you do that, you will get a chance to see what the program looks like. So this is our landing page, and it shows you just a little bit of the idea behind 1000 Books Before Kindergarten. This program in Beanstack all depends on logging each book you read. And remember, every time you read the same book, you log it. So if you read The Very Hungry Caterpillar every single day, you want to log it every single day because every reading counts. So you'll log each book as you read it, or at the end of each day or the end of each week, whatever works best for your family. And along the way, there will be badges for you to collect when you hit certain benchmarks. You get a badge when you first register because that begins your journey, and the beginning is the most important part. As you're logging badges based on how many books you have logged. We want you to start off successful, so we're going to give you a badge when you log your very first book. Then when you get to 25, you get another badge. Then 100, and then from there, it's increments of 100 all the way to 1,000, and you'll get a badge for each of those benchmarks. Once you have completed the entire challenge, you're going to get this little badge right here that says you did it. We want to celebrate the accomplishment of you and your child and your commitment to their school success. One of the nice things about using Beanstack to keep track of the logging for this challenge is you can do it on your phone or other mobile device. Another nice part about Beanstack is if you do run into any trouble, you can always contact me and I can help troubleshoot what's going on inside the application. Now I know virtual rewards like a badge inside of an application can be difficult for our little ones to wrap their brains around. That is why I decided to add another layer of reward to the 1,000 Books Before Kindergarten Challenge. For my friends that have been in the library lately, you may have noticed Miss Tiffany now has a vending machine sitting on her desk in her office. This is specifically for use for the 1,000 Books Before Kindergarten program. Every time you earn a badge inside the 1,000 Books Before Kindergarten Challenge on the Beanstack app or website, you get to come to Miss Tiffany's office and get a token to put inside the vending machine and get some sort of prize out of there. So remember, Miss Tiffany said you get a badge for registering for the program. That's a token. And then you get a badge for your first book. Well, that's a token too. So that helps the little ones feel a little bit more accomplished as they're working their way to 1,000 books. Once you have completed your 1,000th book, however, there's something really cool that you're going to get to do. In the library, we have added a new mural outside of the children's department near where the elevator is located. This mural is a tree, and it has very special meaning. I'd actually like to take a moment to let our friends from the Butler City Shade Tree Commission talk about why that tree is so special.
We are Butler Shade Tree Commission. We are seeking to serve and educate our community, and our late friend Julie was chair of our great group for many, many years, and we do wish to honor her work as a community leader.
One of the things we wanted to do to honor Julie not only as a Shade Tree member and chair for many years, but she was also an educator, and many people have grown up with Julie as a teacher. And so we thought that educational books on trees would fulfill all of her priorities. She'd love to have educated more children on the value of trees and just get more people interested in how important they are to the community. So we have a great selection of books, and we hope that you'll all come in and check them out and learn and love trees as much as Julie did. One of the things we did was to make a tree. It has Julie's initials here, and it just serves to remind us all that she really loved trees and she really cared about all of you, and we hope that you will take advantage of the books and the activity kit that's been prepared. And anything else, guys?
We'd like to thank Bob for being here to accept the gifts in her honor.
Well, thank you. I think that what's so great about it is that it brings all the aspects of Julie's work together. Certainly the trees. We were joking before that everywhere we went on vacation, she was always deadheading flowers and doing things to the humiliation of my children, or telling workers in a park or something how they were doing something wrong with the tree. But she had a passion for it. She really did, for all living things and growing things. So to bring that together with her love of books and children, and children's literature, I think she had a real passion for that. And then finally to do it all here at the library, where she spent so many hours, working and helping out here with the grounds and with all the programs that they have. So I want to thank the Shade Tree Commission. I want to thank everybody that supported this, and to the library, and to Tiffany and Lori for everything that they do here. This is one of those gems in our community that we don't take advantage of enough, and I hope this is one more thing that will spur people on to come down here and take advantage of this jewel. So thank you all very much from the bottom of my heart, on behalf of all my family. Thank you.
You're very welcome.
So friends, now for the truly exciting announcement. When your child has reached their 1,000th book before kindergarten, what we're going to do is we're going to have them come in, we're going to put their name on an apple, and that apple will be permanently added to our tree mural. That way we have a visual reminder about all the new readers we're growing here at the library, something that I'm sure our friend Julie would be very excited about. So if you have a child that is not yet in kindergarten, I really encourage you to sign up for this program. Yes, there are some cool things like badges and prizes from the vending machine and even getting your name on the mural. But the most important part is your child is going to be so well prepared for kindergarten. It's going to make such a difference for them. So really consider signing up in Beanstack today. In fact, I have a little incentive for you. Once we end this talk, I'm actually going to include a video of me reading the very first book that your child can log. That's right, if you register today, you can also log your very first book. That means 2 badges and 2 tokens for Miss Tiffany's vending machine. So friends, please consider signing up for 1,000 books before kindergarten. I really believe in this program. I really believe in the value of preparing our children for school and success, and I really believe in growing new readers. So I hope you join me in this fun new adventure. And since we're talking all about trees and our 1,000 books before kindergarten program is themed around trees, I only thought it fitting that the very first book we read as part of the program is about trees as well. Little Sap, The Magical Story of a Forest Family. Written by Jan Hughes, illustrated by Ruth Hengeveld. Little Sap lives with her family deep in the heart of a very old forest. She grows near Mother Tree, the tallest and wisest tree in the grove. Little Sap can't wait to be a mother tree. In spring, when bluebells carpet the woodlands, Little Sap shows off her newly budded leaves, glistening like jewels in the sunlight. In summer, the tall trees around her fill the sky with green. Little Sap reaches as high as she can, but she is still swallowed up by the shade. Will she ever reach the light? After the rains, Little Sap's friends, the penny buns, poke their heads through the damp forest floor to say hello. They bring sweet, soothing treats from Mother Tree to Little Sap. Little Sap wants to touch the sky, but tree time is very slow. And here we see at 40 years old, and then 60 years old, and then 80 years old, and then 400 years old. Mother Tree insists that Little Sap doesn't reach too far too fast and guides her gently upward. Grow slow, little one. Take your time. Stand up straight. Turn this way. You'll get there one day. The slower you grow, the stronger you'll be. High summer is a busy time in the forest. Birds make their way to their favorite branches. Squirrels run up and down and all around. Insects chirp in a rousing chorus. And pesky bugs come to feast on the trees. When little Sap feels the bugs munching on her beautiful leaves, Mother Tree warns the family and sends a fragrant cloud to scare off the pests. In the fall, the forest quiets down and becomes cloaked in amber. The trees shed their leaves and store food and water, preparing for a long winter's slumber. Little Sap clings to her leaves as long as she can, gobbling up a bit more sunlight before the season ends. In winter, as the days get shorter and snow flurries dance around her, little Sap finally settles down to sleep. Every spring, little Sap gets closer to the light, one day taking her place in the sun-filled canopy, a mother tree with a little sap of her own. Forest families. When you walk through a forest, what do you see? Beautiful, majestic, quiet trees. But are they really quiet? Trees are actually very talkative. You just can't hear them. To understand trees, you have to look beneath the soil. Above ground, trees share their quiet beauty with the world and use their leaves to make food. Below ground, they are very busy chatting, sharing, and caring. Mother trees. The largest trees in the forest, known as mother trees, feed the young and take care of hundreds of other trees. How do they do this? With the help of their friends, the fungi. When you see mushrooms in the forest, just like apples on a tree, they are the fruit of the fungal colonies whose long, fine threads spread throughout the soil. These underground colonies, which can be thousands of years old, connect the roots of the trees and one another and enable the mother trees to share food and information. Mother trees share a fair amount of their food with the fungi, who cannot make their own. In exchange, the fungi deliver food, water, nutrients, and important messages to the forest. Baby trees, or saplings, who don't get enough sunlight to make their own food, are fed this way. A German forester, Peter Wallenben, discovered that an elderly tree who was nothing more than an ancient stump, after having been chopped down hundreds of years before, was being kept alive with the help of her forest family. Perhaps she was a once revered mother tree. Professor of Forest Ecology Suzanne Simard, who studies how trees communicate with one another, discovered that mother trees send electrical signals through their roots to guide saplings toward the light as they grow in the darkness of the understory. When old mother trees are dying after hundreds of years of helping hundreds of trees, they pass their wisdom down to the next generation. The trees and the fungi work together to keep the whole forest family strong and healthy. Saplings. Young trees, or saplings, grow until they reach the canopy, the leafy tippy top of the forest, where they can drink in the sunlight and make food with their leaves. But tree time is very slow. In some forests, it can take hundreds of years for a sapling to finally reach the sky, as they have to wait for a space to open up in the canopy, which only happens when another tree dies. On their journey toward the light, mother trees insist that the young take their time. The more slowly they grow, the stronger they will be. You can tell how old a tree is by looking at the rings in their trunk. Each ring represents a year. Some species of trees can live for 5,000 years. Wondrous trees. Not only do they have families, trade goods, and take care of each other, But some scientists think that in their own way, trees can also taste, smell, see, hear, and count. Trees can taste the saliva of certain harmful bugs and then release a scent cloud to warn other trees and attract helpful insects to come to their rescue. Trees can see, following the light as they grow. Trees can hear, detecting signals sent by other trees. Trees can even count the warm days in spring so they know when to open their buds. Amazing! Trees are our oldest companions, having been on Earth for hundreds of millions of years. Trees help us breathe, cleaning the air and giving us oxygen. They keep us cool and give us paper, wood, and fruit. What can we give trees in return? The chance for them and their forest families to remain healthy and strong. Let's protect Mother Trees and leave the forests to do what they have been doing for millions of years. Forest Whisperers. The story of Little Sap and her fictional forest family was inspired by the work of biologists, ecologists, foresters, and naturalists who have been sharing their research with the world. For more on the wonders and language of nature, look up the work of Suzanne Simard, Peter Wolleben, Monica Gagliano, and David George Haskell, among others.